back to our channel.
You want to do the Jay and Leisha before we do that, or?
Jay Leisha. All right, y'all. So we are still in our Love Island series. Of course, we're recapping episodes 12 through 16 for you guys.
Yes.
This is when the shit gets really juicy.
There's a lot that starts to go down. A lot of shockers.
And for me, I have a lot to say about the end of this episode. So I'm gonna let Leisha start for this one.
Okay. So, episode 12, right? Some of the things that stood out to me, starting with Huda and Jeremiah. Now, they have not been in a good place for a couple episodes now. They're having lots of disagreements, and they're just not seeing eye to eye on quite a lot of things. And during this episode, Jeremiah was talking with Iris, newest female bombshell. And during that conversation, Jeremiah did bring up me and Huda was having this, disagreement, but I still stand by Huda. Like, that's still who I'm coupled up with. I still want to see things through. Right. And so the next time Huda and Jeremiah were talking and having an argument, Jeremiah brought that up and was like, look, I said to Iris, even though we were having our little moment this morning, I still am standing by you. He was trying to say, look, I'm faithful. And instead he was like, how dare you bring up our troubles to another woman? And I'm like,
like you're missing the point. You're missing the point.
No. You're only pointing out the negatives. You're not giving him any props really for the positives. We're still wanting to stick by you and work through things. And so it was really discouraging, and I feel like I could see it like this. It was like he was getting blow after blow every time they have an argument. Like they're just not seeing eye to eye.
It was a continuous turn off. Like how I was saying in the last episode that we did. Yeah. Every little thing that she was doing, like, it honestly started to turn me off. Yeah. And I've been Team Huda. That's my girl.
Yeah, yeah. We love Huda. We love Huda.
We love Huda. We love Huda.
It's just, ooh.
Couldn't really be in a relationship with Huda. And we see her insecurities growing more and more. And not even insecurity, but just insecure in the relationship. Yeah, yeah. And their commitment to one another, his commitment to her, basically. Yeah. He was locked in, but just her steady, poking the bear was just like, screw it.
Like toward the end of the episode, there was a moment where Huda really needed Jeremiah, and I think it played a part into how he acted towards her. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah. But outside of that, at this point, Alandria has Taylor and she has Jalen both pursuing her. And like I said before, Taylor's kind of been platonic, playing it safe. Now that Jalen is in the picture and Jalen is showing genuine, like, I'm attracted to you, I'm interested in you, giving her compliments, like, Alandria is eating it up and she's like, hey, Taylor, you're not doing this. Like, just so you know, I think she's not doing it to put it in his face. I think she's doing it to show Taylor, hey, like, we have this strong connection. I like you, like me. However, this other man that just came in is giving me all these compliments that you're not giving me.
And, I feel like Alandria was steadily turning Taylor off as well, just because she's a little more assertive, a little more aggressive, a little more dominant. And I feel like she kind of runs over Taylor, to be honest with you. I feel like he's scared of her, to be so real with you. It's like big sis, little bro. I'm so sorry, that's the vibe. I think Alandria needs a man. And Taylor reminds me of a little boy. He gives me that little 16-year-old, thing. He's cute. Yeah. And for me, it turns me off if somebody was to tell me what another person is doing for them. Like, more so, I'd rather you just say, hey, you know what I need from you? What I'm not getting is this, rather than, you know what, he's doing this, step it up, because now I'm going to do nothing.
Right, because now you're comparing me to this other person. Don't compare me. I'm feeling some type of way. That's very true.
Right. True. I need you to just tell me what you need from me. Do not tell me what somebody else has done for you and what you're going to do. No, because we're not doing that tit for tat, and I'm not competing. Yeah. And literally, they are competing, but you don't have to make me feel like, because you're competing for my love as well. This is it's so mutual.
When Jalen did first walk in, given it was the whole dominatrix game, and so he's coming in bare chested, muscles popping, assless, and then you have Taylor just hanging there like.
For me, it's the confidence. Because I'll take little baby face, the little skinny mini, you know what I'm saying? I'll take all of that. I just need you to be sure of it. I need you to be sure of you and yourself. I just don't feel like he's in confidence. I feel like he's getting all of his confidence from Alandria, and I need it to come from within. That's what I'm missing from Taylor. I want that so bad. I just want him to come in and be like, I'm Taylor. But he's gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. As we all know, at the end of episode 10, America was asked to vote who they wanted the bombshells to couple up with. Oh my God. So let's get into the recoupling.
Yes. So first time America got to vote, first time our votes counted. So this was not up to the Islanders, it was up to us, partially.
Yeah.
So for me, this is where I lost my mind. So y'all already know, I love Charlie. So Charlie goes home. Pepe and Hannah end up linking up. Hannah crashed out. Can we insert a clip of that? Hannah crying on the pillow with the Polaroids. That I would never do on TV. Love you, Hannah, but I would never.
At the end of episode 10, I think her and Charlie had a talk and they were like, you know what?
Conversation.
We really do want to pursue things with each other.
Yes.
Let's just focus on us. But
And-
it was too late,
yeah, and in
Hannah.
12 too.
Because you done showed America that every time you sneak off with Pepe, you get it, you kiss him, you doing all these things.
It's whatever Pepe will allow. I feel like you would have gone all the way to Fort Base if he was out with it now.
Right.
And the cameras weren't there.
You bone crying like, why?
You
But
wanted Pepe. You wanted to pursue
you
Pepe.
were not pursuing. Charlie was by himself a whole lot the past episode, just wondering where you at, wondering what she doing with Pepe. America was like, well, clearly she's more interested in Pepe.
America, y'all were messy because y'all linked up Iris and Jeremiah. Now, I thought it was going to be Iris and Ace.
Yeah.
Huda was shook, and frankly, so was I. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I did not expect America to do that. I would have thought the Islanders did that, but I didn't know America was feeling like that.
Yeah.
America was sick of them.
America was sick of them.
America was sick of them. I was shook. America was messy.
But I was also happy because I didn't want Iris and Ace to get together.
She didn't want that. I don't want that
For my
either, but I
own
knew it would be
reasons.
temporary.
For my own reasons, because of who I've been voting for from the beginning to be a couple, I didn't want Ace with Iris.
Yes.
But never bet on Jeremiah being coupled with Iris. For America to be like, nah, let's split that up.
I wanted
Y'all
Taylor to go
are
home.
wild.
I was with Austin. I wanted Taylor to go home. I was sick of him. He's boring me. He's not really trying. He's not putting a lot out there. And I feel like he's scared of his partner. And I feel like he's not being expressive. And so I just don't really know him yet. I was mad about Charlie because Charlie, I feel like, has been playing the game. And I knew that he was still there. I feel like he would have been open to another connection. He was hurt, but he would have still kept going. And then Huda, I was scared at that point that she was going to go because I love Huda. I want her to have love so bad. I know she's crashing out, but I love her.
I know she's been going kind of crazy today, like as far as not listening and having some disagreements with Jeremiah and everything. And this is already a lot going on this night, right? She's already freaking out because now she's not in a couple with Jeremiah anymore. So that's already like a... Now on top of that, she's in the bottom 3, possibly going home. Like, it's like blow after blow. So Huda going
She stabbed
through
in the chest. Stabbed in the chest is how she was feeling.
At the end, she looking and no one's there to console her.
Which leads us into episode 13, Crash Out Huda 2000.
Can we talk about Amaya real quick? I think this is our first glimpse at
what is
just
she doing
how
right now?
emotional Amaya is. America voted for who they wanted the bombshells to couple up with, right? But then that meant there was a bottom 3 that needed somebody to go home. And that was not up to America. That was up to the safe Islanders.
Right.
And when they were told it's going to be them doing the voting,
No, Amaya, we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Girl.
This is a lot. I'm used to shows where they're like, okay, write down on a little note, close it, pass it over, and like so no one knows who you voted for. No, they said stand up, say it with your chest.
Right.
Who you want off the island.
Who you want on?
And that means if that person stays, now y'all got beef. Like, damn.
It's crazy. The show is so messy.
Very messy.
The producers,
The way-
production.
I think they went out their way to make it as messy as possible.
Oh, they did. And Ariana, when y'all chose Ariana the host, I knew it was up anyway. I knew it was up. I watched Vanderpump Rules.
I haven't watched, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Ariana, she likes this recoupling way too much. I think she likes them separating way too much. But that's beside the point. That's for another day, another time.
Another time.
Love you, Ariana. 13.
Yes. Episode 13.
So this is when we started to see Crash Out Huda.
Yeah.
Huda, coulda, shoulda.
Woulda.
Thinking that America hated her. She said, America hates me. God did this. When she said God did it. God didn't have nothing to do with that.
We're really getting to see kind of the aftermath of Jeremiah not being there for Huda after the recoupling. With all of the recent disagreements and where they haven't been seeing eye to eye, that has all affected how he feels toward her.
Right.
At this point, he's sitting, he's processing what just happened, but he is making the personal choice not to go console Huda. All the times that he's done something recently to try to show Huda that he's there for her, that he's loyal, she has shot him down and pointed out the negative. So I can't really blame him for not wanting to go and console her because it's like, I'm just going to get yelled at. I don't know what I'm going to get yelled at.
Right.
She's going to yell at me about something. She was like, wow, if America separated us, there must be a reason. It must be his fault. America must be seeing something that he's doing behind the scenes. She ended up having a chat
She
with
was paranoid.
Ace. She was like, what is he doing? Somebody tell me what he's doing that I'm not
She was
seeing.
paranoid. And then Alondria had mentioned, like, hey, America's seeing something you're not. And Alondria is so messy. I see you messy. I know you're messy, baby. Huda was blaming Jeremiah for absolutely everything that he had no control over. He really didn't express interest in Iris. Iris expressed interest in him, and he basically let her know she was closed off. So I think that's why America was like, ooh, let's give them a little sampling, a little taste of each other. But Huda blamed him for that, started cussing him out, calling him all kinds of names, calling him out of his name, and that's where you started to irk me. Okay, we've known each other for 10 days?
Right.
You're not gonna call me anything but my name.
And so in the middle of the night, the new bombshells and their couples, which includes Jeremiah, they all went on a date. So when Huda and everyone else woke up, they were just MIA and nobody knew where they were.
Oh my God,
when they came back, they came back on a boat. They were like, woo, like they had an amazing time. And Huda went, she sat down, she put her shades on, just kind of like, I'm waiting to hear what he has to say. And he didn't approach you.
None of that was his fault. The date, she said basically Jeremiah must have planned and plotted the whole date as well.
That's what she was
Production
implying.
did that. The show did the date.
Yeah, she was like, he knew that was my dream date. He didn't
I don't even
plan
think he
any of
really
that.
did.
Yeah.
I don't even think he knows you dream at this point. You've known each other about a week. Just saying. She went crazy, started cussing him out again, saying she was done with him. So I thought she was done. Done means done.
Yeah.
Don't say you're done if you don't mean it, because the next episode gets crazy. But you know, you let me know. Let me know if you got anything to say.
When Huda was crashing out, I know like all the new bombshells, they were like up on like a little balcony, like they were keeping their distance, like we want nothing to do with that. And then Huda went and she grabbed Iris for a chat. I'm like, ooh, we don't bring in
so
Iris
weird,
because she's not in the drama.
Iris was so kind to her because I would not have been. Love you, Huda, but if you asked me for a chat, it was gonna be enough.
Because for what?
No, for Iris. Huda hated the most. If she could have, I would have drop kicked her if they were outside. Like, oh my God. We're ready for 14.
This is kind of the first time, at least I noticed, that Taylor was like going out of his way. He was kissing Alandria.
Yeah.
And that doesn't sound like much, but it's like they really haven't been intimate like at all for the most part that we've seen. So I'm like, oh,
Brothers
they're
and sisters?
kissing? Maybe they like each other, question mark? Like, I'm confused, but maybe, who knows? So
Who knows?
that's going on. Meanwhile, you know, Jalen's still there. We also start to see Amaya trying to get with Austin, having more conversations with Austin. Given Austin's been in this imaginary love triangle with Shelly
I love
and
how
Ace
you call it imaginary.
this entire time. Because every time he has his little one-on-ones with the camera, he's like, damn.
Because he wanted her so bad, but Shelly knew who she wanted.
Triangle.
Shelly knew where home was.
It's the worst. And we're just like, Austin, you're not in the
Shelly
love
know where home
triangle.
is.
There is no triangle. It's just Ace
Shelly
and
know where home
Shelly. Ace and
is.
Shelly. Shelly and Austin had a chat about like, what is this for real? And they literally both agreed that it was platonic. They did. They said it. There was more of a friendship vibe. They did.
that.
I don't remember which episode it was, but they said it was more friendship vibes from both of them. He still kept hope, and I'm like,
Okay.
At this point, Huda is still getting upset over the little things Jeremiah is doing for Iris. It was nighttime. They all go downstairs. You know how the girls come downstairs in their outfits.
Can't look at Iris.
And they go to the table. Jeremiah literally pulled out a chair for Iris to sit down, and Huda started crying and walked away.
I'm surprised she didn't kick it over.
I said, oh.
You ready for the recoupling?
I'm ready.
All right. Up to now, this is the craziest recoupling. This was the doors. The door episode.
Yep.
Okay.
So the women they chose,
I know that, but
via
what the guys
text.
choose.
And then the guys come out one by one and they go to the door of the woman that they want to couple
That's
up
right.
with.
No whiteboard. They just walk into
And
the door.
then if the woman also chose them and the door's open, they can open it and hug and embrace and be like, whoa, we a couple.
They'll walk through the door, or
And
it'll be locked.
If they did not choose that man, then it's going to be locked when he tries to open it. Austin and Amaya chose each other. I
Austin
like
and Amaya
that.
did choose each other. They were one of the first, which surprised me because Shelly had this look on her face, and then her commentary, she was like, if I knew he was going to do that, I might have made a different decision. Wait, so you like him? And so Shelly kept fucking with me. Shelly, you kept messing with me. You were playing with my emotions, baby. I didn't know what you wanted. I didn't even know what you wanted. So that's why I finally understood Austin. Because I'm like, dang. Well, actually, I understood him the whole time. But yeah, she was playing. We can see it's seething, like that you want Ace.
Yeah.
Okay, baby, we all do. No tea, no
No,
shade.
we all do.
Set him free.
Let Austin go. You want Ace. You got Ace finally. I was so happy. I was like, get together.
But the craziest part, we gonna skip because of course we know the other ones, Sierra, Nick, all that. Craziest part was Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Who'd he choose?
Iris. And the thing is, they left it to the end.
He chose.
They left it to the end, and it was just Iris and Huda's doors left,
Iris and
right?
Huda.
And they were right next to each other in the back too. And then Huda's just waiting, and she hears the door open, and it's not hers, and she hears them embrace, and she just bends down to her knees, and
She just drops and so I felt so bad.
And just
My tummy was in knots. I felt so bad for you, Huda. I loved you, Huda. You didn't deserve that pain, Mama, and it hurt because she chose him. You're pushing him away. What do you want him to do?
Yeah,
She wanted you to be real mean, real Rottweiler,
Yeah.
and then wanted him to be real sweet
I can
and
still
soft
be
and real
there,
chihuahua
still
back.
be
And
there.
it's just like, you can only disrespect me so much.
Right.
I understand your feelings. I feel like that's why he gave her space, but the disrespect never stopped.
Yeah.
But that was humiliating. And then I have 2 more points to make for this one specifically because I was bent out of shape. First of all, so Jalen gets sent home. Taylor and Alondra link up. And at this point, I'm thinking y'all are plotting and y'all are playing the game and y'all want to get this money. Because I just don't see the connection there. I should. But hey, at the same time, I don't think Alondra would have done herself an injustice by sending home a man she really wanted to be with.
I feel like she really liked Taylor. And she said in the real world, she does take things slow. So for her, I think she's holding out hope that it is going to grow into something more than it has been. Yeah. And so I think that's part of why she chose Taylor over Jalen, because although Jalen has been very vocal about his interest in her, she seemed to connect with Taylor more on a just personal level, like where they're from, their story. I wish they had more time for Jalen to pursue that with Andrea.
Because that would have went so far. Like the massage was so nice on the day. Like,
Which brings us to episode 15.
Ooh, okay, so it literally opens up with Sierra saying she's not saving Huda again. She's like, that's her last chance. And I'm like, Sierra, I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. Like, Sierra, she mean big business. And that's your last chance. I'm not saving you again. Because everybody's worthy. But I'm like, girl, if you're going to keep playing around and be sulking, then you gotta go.
There was a talk with Taylor, Huda, and I don't know if it was Alandria. And Taylor was just like stop. You gotta promise you're not gonna crash out anymore. You gotta promise you're gonna move on. You're gonna play the game. You're gonna get to know more people. You gotta promise. That's all. They were like, that's why we saved you.
Right. They were really trying. They were being her friend.
And she said, okay. And then she walked down the hall and she saw that Jeremiah was in the room with Iris. She was listening in and she went in there and took Jeremiah out of there.
Yeah, she interrupted their chat and speaking. If I was Iris, and this is why I keep telling you guys, Iris has so much patience and grace. Bro, if I was Iris, like, no, you're not coming. You know what? Cool. We're going to talk together.
Like, Jeremiah said, stay.
What you going to do? You going to pick me up and move me? I'm going to stay. We're chatting now.
I hated it. And
what did Taylor just and then Taylor came too.
Taylor was like, Huda, what I just tell you?
What I just tell you? He told you. Leave him alone. And that's not for him. Because it hurt me when she kept saying she wasn't, like, America thought she wasn't good enough for Jeremiah. It's not that, baby. Like, you guys just aren't meant for each other.
And then this episode was all about, well, not all about, but the main attraction was Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so she came in, everybody was going crazy. She's been watching the show. She was like, yeah, I've been watching you. You need to do this. You've been doing that. And they were like, oh my gosh, she knows my name. Oh my gosh, she's been watching this show.
It was so real. And they started that, they did a twerk challenge. And we already know. I seen y'all messy boots talking about Huda. Y'all not finna talk about my good sis. I don't care what she does after hours. I don't care what she does. I saw her. I saw the move. I saw the pat. I saw all of it. It was fire. Y'all are mad. She ain't no midnight ballerina.
My feed has not been showing me none of that. But yeah,
I see y'all
I love Huda.
I love me some Huda. I don't care what she do after hours.
I'm glad that everyone had a good time with the Megan Thee Stallion challenge, though. I was surprised. Taylor surprised me with his little dances. Taylor was.
That's what I said. Taylor was shaking that ass.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He was putting in. That's the most effort he ever put in on the whole show.
Right. He ain't put that much effort into Alandria.
Yes. Shaking that ass. But man, I was like, God damn. We all loved us some Huda. Ace was fun too. Oh my God, I just love watching him.
Yeah. Ace is.
He could be all the show. They could just send everybody away.
Ace be having me dying. Oh, that's what I forgot to say. What? I'm gonna input that right here, even though it's not really right now. But during the Ace be having me so weak because he be laughing at the most serious time. When America decided that Jeremiah was gonna be with Iris, everyone was like, oh, and Ace
was he laughing?
Jeremiah. What? Okay, that's messy as fuck. What the fuck?
Because I was also shocked, but it was just the timing of everyone just being in shock and everyone's breath caught and Ace just having a ball. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, no, Ace be keeping things interesting, keeping things fun.
Yeah.
But
we got 2 new bombshells at the end. Adrina, that's my girl. Sexy Adrina and cute little TJ. Mm-hmm. And of course, Jeremiah was obsessed. He replaced Huda like that.
And all of a sudden, his exact type is Andrea. Oh,
exact type. All of a sudden. Because I thought the exact type was Huda. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden, his exact type, verbatim, nothing else. Yep. And then it was just over from there. Loved it.
And with TJ, it was just like, okay, we have a new man. Hopefully, maybe he likes Huda, so Huda has somebody. That's all I could think about.
I really just wanted him for Huda. That was really it. That's all I thought. Okay, somebody so Huda doesn't have to leave. Oh my God.
So now we're going to go over episode 16.
Yep.
Okay.
And that'll be the last one for this segment.
Yes, it will.
That's our final one for the segment. The nasty ass milk challenge.
Oh yeah. Oh, this was a nasty episode. Before we even get into the milk, the leche, okay. Huda at this point calls Pepe for a chat.
That was so awkward.
But she doesn't talk to Hannah about it first. And Hannah's supposed to be somebody that has been looking out for Huda, right?
That was awkward.
So you would think she would come to her first, but she didn't. She just was like, can I play for a chat? She did real sneaky.
Yeah, can I
pull
play for a
Pepe
chat?
for a chat? Pepe was uncomfortable because Pepe's like, I'm gonna hit her, right?
Right.
Like, that's your girl, right? Like, so it was real awkward energy. I think Pepe pretty much shot it down, if I recall.
End of the day, guys, it is a game show. They just met. They're not deep friends. I'm so sorry to say, but I didn't really care that much. I was like, honestly, if I was Hannah, I wouldn't care, especially because Pepe had no interest in Huda. And I think, unfortunately, Huda shot herself in the foot because everybody saw her crash out. So none of the guys wanted to touch her.
At the same time, right? Everyone's been telling Huda this whole time not to be closed off. Now that she's not with Jeremiah anymore, all she can do is talk to another guy. And
exactly.
If all the other guys they're all linked
coupled
up with somebody, she's gonna have to talk to y'all's men.
She is. Duh, that's the game. It's a game show.
So it's like, how much can
you
really be upset with her for doing that?
You can't be at all. Oh, but one thing I want to say too is, Huda was a little cringe. I did notice, like, in her talks with TJ. I love her so much, but I did not like how she flirted. It's crazy because I could see that it was one-sided.
It was making TJ a little uncomfortable.
He was uncomfortable, and I could very much tell that he wasn't interested, but she couldn't. And it's interesting to me because she doesn't seem to get the hint. She doesn't seem to get that. And I think she's a very beautiful girl, and maybe she actually said she's used to people being obsessed with her, so maybe she doesn't have to try. Maybe she can be awkward and kind of strange, but the way she was coming was very weird. Low key, it was not really flirting. It was just odd, and she just kind of kept hyping herself up when he wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was confusing.
She was like, "Oh, me, right? Yeah."
Me, kind of cutting him off, kind of interjecting and like trying to be like sexual and flirty, like, oh yeah, and he just was not feeling it.
Austin, at this point, who was coupled with Amaya, is starting not to feel Amaya.
Oh no, that hurt my feelings too.
This is where we're starting to see maybe
One-sided.
Ace wasn't crazy. Because at this point, everyone's like, why did Ace come at Amaya so crazy with the don't touch me, don't call me babe? Now Austin is venting to the guys about, she's like basically love bombing him. She's coming on very strong.
Very overbearing.
With the babe, with the grabbing his arm.
The commentaries, when she said in the commentary, we're so locked in, we're so secure, there's nothing that can shake us. And his face was like...
Right, he was like, chill. I think he said relax or chill.
He said chill.
Yeah. So he's uncomfortable with it. But Austin is not a straightforward guy. Amaya came to him and was like, is there anything that I'm doing that's making you uncomfortable?
He's being a little scary with her.
And he said no. So she asked you directly and you said no because you couldn't handle telling her the truth in person.
Right.
But then you went and vented to all the guys about how uncomfortable she's making you feel. And Ace is like, that's what I was trying to say. So this is the first time the audience is seeing that maybe Ace has a point.
Because Amaya, she can be a lot, but that's fine. Not too much. You just need somebody who reciprocates that and wants that. Wants the love bombing, wants all that super high energy, and then even jumping in my lap and kissing me and talking about our future fast all the time. Some people love that. But they're not into it. She can't read the room. She never reads the room.
And that leads us to the craziest, nastiest,
the nasty ass milk challenge
seen on this show thus far.
The bombshells just arrived. How did you have the costumes ready to go? You didn't even know who was going to survive the recoupling. So I'm so confused of when, who, and how, and where the costumes were to arrive. Besides that, the milk challenge.
It was gross. It was nasty. The whole get the milk, put in your partner's mouth, and the partner puts it in the bucket and then dumps the milk that was in both y'all's mouth onto someone else's head, and sometimes it's going in their mouth. And now you got milk and saliva from 3 different people. Just blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to jump on top of your partner and you're going to kiss while milk is being sprayed on you. I'm like,
that was disgusting.
This is disgusting. Whose idea was this? And why was it approved?
Yeah, and they all kept saying how nasty the milk was.
You telling me that we're all covered in milk? Of course we're going to smell gross. Have you ever left milk on the countertop?
And then making out with the milk residue still in your mouth. There's a kissy milk kiss, a milk mouth, a milk make out. That's disgusting.
And it looks like it was hot and sunny out, so now the milk's warm. Yeah, no.
I'm lactose intolerant. At the end, you make out with the person who you're actually coupled with, but in the middle of the challenge, you get to choose another person to kiss. Adrena was getting a lot of kisses, and TJ was getting a lot of kisses. I didn't like how Ace was kissing up on her, though. I didn't like how he was kissing up on her neck. You made Shelly mad, and that made me mad.
I know Nick and Jeremiah were both feeling Andrina. There was a part where Nick was just like, yeah, I think Andrina winked at me. Jeremiah was like, no, I think she just had something in her eye. I'm like, not y'all.
He's like, I love how she calls me Nicola.
Nicola. After the milk challenge, at some point, Jeremiah and Andrina were in soul ties talking, and they ended up making out.
Hot, hard, and heavy. It was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot. And then it was up to America to vote again for our favorite Islander.
Oh my God.
Which at this point, I feel like y'all know our favorite Islanders. Who's your favorite guy and girl?
Oh my God. Shelly and Ace.
Shelly and Ace. Next question.
Shelly and Ace.
Next question.
Yes. But that leads into our next segment, which y'all gonna have to stay tuned to come back
Y'all gonna
for.
have to
That
stay
ish
tuned.
was crazy.
Like, subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking about Love Island so far. It's crazy, y'all.
Comment all the good things. Comment all your opinions so we can talk about it.
Not all your opinions.
All your little opinions. And as always, remember, I am who I say I am.
You are who you say you are.
She is who she says she is.
Let's go out there and kill it.